heat is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. We're going to talk about heat imprinters today. So basically how this tool works is that you have settings here where you set it, and you can go up and down on temperature. And this could be for just when you're using foils like I just showed you, or just burning or heat imprinting your maker's mark in your leather. It is something that you got to play around with, because this temperature is not always the same on different leathers. Depending on the finish of the leather, there's a lot of wax buildup, or each leather is basically different depending on what you're going to be imprinting. So you have to constantly do tests, like what I just did with that piece of leather. I just tested that piece of leather to make sure that it was going to do it right. So every time you're going to set this thing up for a leather project, you want to definitely test some pieces at different temperatures to get your best result. So this is kind of like what you end up doing. This one here is heat foiled in. That's the copper foil, and then you can see how I just burned it in at a certain temperature. And you can see here how I did that. So, and then I have let's see if it focuses it. And these are all the different color foils I have. I have gold, silver, and copper. This heat imprinter doesn't come with anything other than these two holders, I guess you want to say, that you hold your letters and numbers in. Comes with these two, and just the heat machine. So you can buy a kit like this. This kit is a brass imprint set, and it comes with all different letters and numbers, and you can basically create different names or numbers or whatever you want to do. And then you can just do that and use that as a maker's mark, create your own maker's mark with that. Or you can send out and order custom dies or engravers or whatever you want to call them. This is the large Emma Ray, and then I have Emma Ray's initials with the angel wings and a smaller version of this size here. I had these created over at Buckeye Engraving in Ohio. It's the only one I found where I had a hard time trying to find someone that will make these things. Tandy Leather. Tandy Leather is where I got the machine. Didn't really help me out of trying to get these things custom made. My daughter's friend is a design artist. She's the one that came up with this font and then the way the MRAs are written out, and she came up with this angel wings with her initials ER. So I had those made specifically for our leather products. This was my very first larger, more expensive tool that I purchased. I had to purchase it right away because it was really important for me. It's the most meaningful tool that I have in this whole entire journey I'm on. Just being connected to Emma, my granddaughter, and this was such an important piece of all that. It's the most important piece to all of it. It's not just putting someone's maker's mark on a piece. It makes me feel like Emma's name is living on. So it's the most important thing to me. It's so important to me. I was introduced into this tool was on a YouTube channel, Little King Goods, Ryan over at Little King Goods. I was, flipping through YouTube, looking up different stuff on leathercraft, and came across that. And soon as I see him put his maker's mark on it, Emma Ray. It was so important to me, and I had to get the tool. I had to get it because it was just such a meaningful. That's the whole purpose of all this. This is the most important thing. The most important part of this whole thing is that tool there. Means more than anything to me. So yeah, that's what I use to put Emma Ray's name on all my pieces. And the heat is on. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys on the next one.